Okay, here we are with our third decorative technique for the anniversary event, and you have your template and you need to cut along the dotted lines at the top, the side and the bottom. Now you've got options with this one. It was originally designed to go along the centre, so where you do the seam in the middle of the etta to create a diamond. However, if you wanted to, you could put it at the top. You would need to make sure that it fits better on the side, because obviously it's going to wrap around the side slightly because it's a little bit wider. You could actually completely ignore one line of diamonds to make it fit better, so that it actually fits on one side rather than wrapping round. But it was designed to go this away. So the idea is that you will take your template, and the gap between the small triangles and the edge is 1/2 inch, and you're going to just basically put it onto your etta panel, so that the top matches the top straight line and the bottom matches doesn't match anything. The bottom is free. It depends which way. If you're doing it on the other side, you'll need the line on the top, so that the line matches the top and the cut line here matches this one, which is the edge. And then you're just going to tape it in place. This should be quite familiar to you because we do this all the time. Then you're going to take your sharp craft knife and you're going to cut out all of these little diamonds. Now do be really careful because they are quite close together. Now I'm not going to sit here and cut hundreds and thousands of them, but let's just... Nice sharp craft knife. This is very thick faux leather, so it does take a bit of wrist pressure to go through it. Once I've done that, I can take my little paper bit out, and you find that often the corners are still attached because of the fibres on the back of your faux leather, so you just need to be very careful with your craft knife and just release those fibres at the corners, or you can use a pair of snips if that's what you prefer. It's a personal preference thing. Some thinner faux leathers will come away easily. You can keep those if you want to do a mirror image on. So if you wanted to do faux leather one side with a fabric behind and then do fabric on the other side with the faux leather as an applique, you could do that and have a mirror image. But we're just going to continue on and cut out all of those pieces. Now, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I did earlier. So I've just got a couple more pieces to cut out on this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do those. Do be really careful not to overstep the diamonds, because there's only a very small gap between each of these pieces. Just get rid of the fibres. In this instance, I quite like to use my craft knife to get into those corners, because otherwise you'll find that sometimes they don't look very pointy. I've done a couple of these as a sort of practice runs, and using snips, I found that the diamonds looked a bit kind of slightly rounded at the corners, which is not the effect that you want to get. You may be thinking that this is, it's just another reverse applique design. I'm calling this Cutwork because it's slightly different, and actually what we're going to do with it once we've backed it is slightly different. So let's get that last one out. This one takes a bit of time to cut because it is quite precise. There we go. So now I've cut all of the pieces out, and I can remove my template. Now if I've got any little bits of fibre showing, I can just remove those. Some of these have got little tiny bits in the corners, just little tiny bits that just will annoy me. I know they will. So and you can see there we have the perfect cutout. Now take it easily, take it carefully, because you want this to be really, really accurate. Now that's the first part, that's the cutting. Now I'm going to go and prep my, get my fabric, because I don't know what I've done with it, and change the thread on my machine so that it matches, and I'll show you how we go to the next part of this.